And so we move to inadequate self. The inadequate self helps us to know the truth that life is authentically a mix of what we like and what we don't like. And our inadequate self encourages us to name our giftings and our non-giftings. For example, I've come to know that I'm slow at jokes. Everyone else can be roaring laughing and I can't see it. Okay? So that's one of the giftings that I haven't got. On the other hand, inside me, I'm always going to be organised, so I never have a sense of getting there. However, many other people say back to me, "Oh, Lucy, you're organised." Now, they can see that compared with others around me, I'm more organised than them. So there's a gift that I have which doesn't arise from within me. It comes back to me from outside. We do know we have some gifts, but there are also other gifts which are probably the most precious to other people, that they're our bread and butter, and we don't know that we've got them. So it is worth listening to what other people say to you about your gifting. And about the inadequate self. When our awareness of either non-giftings or giftings dominates our life, our experience of life is out of balance. So, owning both these aspects of our being enables us to embrace life realistically. We won't be arrogant, we won't be depressed because we haven't got any worth. We'll have a good balance of, I've got some good things and I've got some things that I need to depend on other people or get support from other people. So there's some space here. There mightn't be enough offered here. There's some space now for you to rate the balance level of your monitoring processes: critical self, judgmental self, and inadequate self. Inner journeying is about the experience of living purposefully into my very own story. Intentional inner journeying involves being attentive to inner energy, inner questioning, inner invitation, inner movement, inner choice, and preference and desire. And all of that is rich if it's in the context of mystery more than impinging on my life. and it'll become a purposeful journeying into your own story if you make a choice to live in a caring for yourself, growth direction way. I'm making an additional note on this thing about gifting and non-gifting. So here are some clues about our inner state from others. All significant imbalance in human behaviour patterns in one person sets others on edge. I'm trying to think of an example. Okay. Yes, here's one. So, I travelled out to school in a car with another person who was my principal. One time when I got out to speak to students when we were at the gate and the students were back in the school, as I got into the car, she said to me, now she was a person who really saw the essence of things and was so calm she seldom got disturbed or showed that she was cranky. So as I got back into the car, she said, "Lucy, I am sick of these better than Pollyanna statements." Now, we never talked about it again. However, that caught my attention. One, I knew she always got to the essence of things in her thinking, and I knew that this had put her on edge, and she usually wasn't on edge. So, I let that soak around in my awareness, okay? And I realised that I kind of lived life not being able to face that I was hurt or whatever. I would cover it over. I wouldn't face the realities of life. And so I started balancing a reality. And so if I was hurt, I could name I was hurt. I mightn't load it back onto the person, but I needed to name that I was hurt, not cream it off into cloud nine stuff. I'm repeating that one. It's important, and you probably haven't heard it before. All significant imbalance in human behaviour patterns in one person sets others on edge. So if you didn't set out to disturb someone else, and that they're disturbed comes back to you, maybe there's something for you to put in balance. And the second thing, and again, this gets missed so often, what others reflect back to us of our qualities, especially giftings, can be information about truth for us that is not in our awareness. And quite often, this truth that's being reflected back to us is so much our bread and butter we don't even notice it. Like, for me, Lucy, you're organised. That's a help to people. They ask me to do things because they know it'll be organised, but I don't feel that it's organised necessarily. So if anyone says, "Well, Lucy, are you organised?" I just say thank you. And I let it soak in to my sense of never being organised. The two come into balance. There is time now for you to let surface some clues that others have given you about your out of balance inner arenas, about giftings of yours named by others and not in your awareness, and so not yet named by you as giftings. I have a parallel here. Universal truth, inner journeying, paralleled with resonances. The universal truth statements that I'm making come from Hosea in the Christian scriptures. And resonances are about the general, what might be happening in us, or what the mystery of life offers to each one of us better. Hosea says of the Lord speaking, "Therefore I will lure." Resonance is inside us, invitation after invitation. And bring into the wilderness for us, if we listen to all of these inner invitations and engage and embrace what mystery is inviting us to do, we will come to places that we didn't know, of pain, of rejection, of temptation. And for some people, it's in the other field of joy, acceptance, belonging. That's the part that's been shoved away. And speak tenderly. And we are held as gently and as caringly as the stars are held by that anti-gravitational force, and that's most of it, 74% of the universe. And make a door of hope. Now, I believe hope is at the essence of living, and so does the psalmist. And so hope arises within a person as they journey into their territory of freeing, doing inner work. And so I have a little representation. Within us, there is a whole universe operating, a universe of energies. And that universe of energies is being held as gently as this metaphor does, as I live into my story, being held by mystery. So how does all this happen? In contemplation. Now, by contemplation, I mean what we've been doing in these 10 exercises, giving prolonged attention to. So, in contemplation, you've been doing it over 10 exercises, I uncover invitations to underpinning love and mystery in my inner journeying. And so we come to a summary again. To experience living purposefully into my very own story requires regular time for reflecting on inner movements. It requires noticing energies and the feelings associated with them. It requires noting desires and preferences. It requires engaging various selves to decipher invitations. And it requires making gross balance direction in your choices. And all of that to be in the context of the mystery of the more than aspect of my life and living. There is a strategy again that might help you to experience living purposefully into your very own story. At the end of the day, give 7 to 10 minutes for letting the energy of the day reveal themselves. We should really say the energies of the day reveal themselves. Stay with one or more of the tingles and clangs that attract your inner attention. For 1 to 2 minutes the next morning, soak in the feelings around one of the invitations of the day before. And if the day before that is still there inviting you to soak in it, soak in that until the invitation to stay with it dissolves. There is time for you now. How has Experience 10 expanded your awareness of the inner equipment you have to enable you to make choices for inner growth and balance? I'm coming to a run through of where we've been in these 10 experiences. Experience 1 was of tingles and clangs. Experience 2 was of realities of selves within my consciousness. Experience 3 was of preference, desire and choice in responding to unexpected inner and outer invitations to change. Experience 4 of inner more than impinging on choices. Experience 5 of mystery revealing elements of inner truth. Experience 6 of choosing how we engage with mystery. Experience 7 of how mystery engages with and cares for the cosmos. Experience 8 of how mystery engages with us with the same patterning of energy release as happens with the stars. And Experience 9 explored namings, our own, ours for how we engage with mystery and how mystery engages with us. And here in Experience 10, we've named equipment that each one of us has to accomplish inner journeying in a growth, balanced direction. And here are the two images. What's in our conscious awareness is only the half of who we really are. And when you look at your story, the movement from day to day and year to year, there's a whole universe happening within you, which is evolving into your story, and it is being held gently by mystery. There is a summary of experiences 1 to 10 in a separate video, which you would be free to view. And as well, where could you go from here if you wanted to expand your experiences even more? Well, there is a follow-up series 2 where you can do what we've done in experiences 1 to 10, but these will be 11 to 20. And it'll be following on how to integrate what these awarenesses are as they become available to you. I thank you for receiving that invitation and saying yes to being with the experiences that you've engaged with up until this point.